All right. Cody, morning.
Good morning.
So
Hey,
we,
Cody, how you doing?
we there's no pressure, Nick, but this is the first Power 30 call for 2020. So we figured with the new decade, we'd start it with some youthful energy. Um, so we're expecting you to bring it today. Wow, look at the Klein team, man. They are like full effect back there. Right on.
Hey
Um,
guys.
so you got like a whole theater there, Nick.
Looks great.
So we
Very
typically
much.
like to start on these calls with just kind of a little brief background, not a 10-minute story on your life, but just a couple minutes so people get a sense of, your background, and how you came to be where you are, and then we'll move forward on some of the things you and I talked about. So Nick, go ahead and take it away with wherever you want to start and share with us about your background.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So, my story, I feel very blessed to be here today and feel very lucky to be here because in a lot of ways, my story starts with my family. I'm surrounded by really influential people in my life. And so, I did the whole college thing and it really wasn't for me. And I'm lucky, my parents are both very highly educated. My dad went to MIT. My mother is a pharmacist, went to Chapel here in North Carolina, and so they're both very highly educated and wanted me to pursue those fields. And I found that I'm a people person. I wanted to get into networking and marketing and real estate, and so I was able to do that at a young age. And a lot of people that I've met over the past few years have told me, man, I wish I was doing that when I was your age. And so again, I feel very lucky and blessed that I was able to be afforded that choice at such a young age. And, I don't take it for granted. And as you mentioned, we're at the start of a new decade here in 2020. And really what I appreciate more than anything is the collaboration and the people around me, the mentors, the friends I've made in real estate, like you, Joe and Cody and everyone here, and the extended family that we have out there, and the Klein team right out in Las Vegas. It was so great to meet you guys out there for the convention, right? So it's that's what really inspires me, and I just feel again blessed to be here. So
Right on, man. Well, I appreciate that. And, I look back and I think about, opportunities to grow. And I look back on my own career, going back 26 years ago when I was, I didn't have all this gray hair and I had hair up here instead of down here. And I think, the things that made the biggest difference for me was certainly the people that I surrounded myself with. And I look at the caliber of people that you've surrounded yourself with, the EXP community itself, and the amazing culture that is the company with sharing, which I think is absolutely perfect because I think you're going to bring into today's call something just a little bit different than any of our other speakers do because your approach to the business. So from a mentorship, it's amazing you got great family and you got great support around. This is your opportunity, obviously, to pay it forward. So let's jump right into some of the things you and I talked about. You are you're on the cutting edge. I would say you've got a couple things going for you besides your wonderful personality, your good looks, your ability to take risk and try on new things. So let's talk about some of the tools that you utilize in the EXP system and how you're utilizing it and what you'd recommend for everybody else.
well, what I love most about what EXP offers is that it's an all-in-one system. Everything that they provide in terms of tools for everybody is all inclusive. It's not it's not a patchwork system where you have to go use a bunch of different platforms to get what you need. It's all hosted and held together. And so KV Core is a big part of that. And KV Core, again, is not a perfect system, but it's a very, very good system because it includes a website and a CRM and lead generation tools and a smart number. It kind of takes everything that you would really want in a perfect system for generating leads and managing your business, and it puts it all together. And in a lot of ways, EXP Enterprise is the same way. And that's the back-end system, obviously, as you guys know, that we get at EXP. And what's important about EXP Enterprise, I feel, is that not only do you get, your transaction tracking where you can see transparently every penny that you've ever paid into the company or gotten received from the company. You can track your organization, you can track your systems, but you also have things like the marketing center, which is something that locally here, my business partner, Bill Price, and I have a team here in Charlotte. And so one thing that we really focused a lot on is getting our agents to plug into creating a lot of marketing for themselves as well, because the marketing center on EXP Enterprise is very, very, very easy to use. It's click and drag, and it's a lot of just really easy tools that I think, we take advantage of. And so, and it's all hosted again under one platform and enterprise. And I think that's the point, collaboration and ease of use, and even the world, now as we expand to kind of auxiliary markets and things like the agent iBuyer program and agent healthcare, things like that, you can get access and support all in one place, even from workplace. So again, what I really like is that, if you're out there and you're looking for help, you have so many different outlets to get that help.
So from a tool standpoint, and you're somewhat of a tech oriented guy, you're making videos, you're marketing like crazy. You feel like you've got enough of the tools in your tool bag based on what EXP is giving you. And what I recall from our conversation last week is that you actually said something pretty unique as far as social media and agents that may not have fully embraced marketing on that. So if you don't mind, I'd love to jump into that aspect of your thought process, because I thought it was spot on. You've got some agents who are doing it a little bit, right? Like they're kind of doing it. And then you've got some people who are terrified of it, or that's not really me, or maybe the ship has sailed, like I'm already too late. So I know you're like out there all the time doing stuff on social media. Let's talk about that a little bit and how that's helped you and your team. Well,
that's just it, man. You hit the nail on the head. You just said something that I reacted to when we had our conversation, which is that, some people feel like it's too late. I don't think it's ever too late to really be active on social media. So for anybody that's out there that's listening, that feels like, man, I don't even know the last time I logged into Facebook. I'll give you an example of why it's never too late. Facebook and Instagram, LinkedIn to a lesser extent, Twitter to a lesser extent, but all these social media platforms, they're connectors, they're reminders, that someone has a birthday, that someone graduated, that someone maybe unfortunately passed away or whatever, but you're connecting on life events that happen, right? And, I was with some clients the other day, and these are real fun clients because I went and signed all the paperwork and the offer to purchase and everything all in writing, because they didn't want to do anything digitally. So I was real fun. Sat there for 90 minutes signing paperwork. It was a big house to put under contract. I was like, but okay. So I was doing, all old school, but it was so funny because their daughter was there, and really nice people. And their daughter was on Facebook, and she's like, oh, did you see that uncle, Tom, whatever, he's getting remarried, whatever. And they're like, oh, let me see. And they, pulled her to the side, or looking on her phone. They're going through all these different things. And that's the exact reason why it's never too late. There are always people out there who are sharing, that are in your age group, right, that are on social media. And so it's never too late to get started, because if you go back, and even if you're looking at yourself and you're hearing me now and you're like, man, I haven't checked, my Facebook page in like 2 months. Well, go and check. You'll get caught up pretty quickly, because Facebook wants to show you what's relevant. What are the events that are happening? It's really those events. And so like today, we shared this event, you shared it on different groups and different channels and whatever. I shared it on my page and, put it out there a little bit. And then, other people would kind of trickles down. People will see, and people flow in. And so it's never too late. And I think that anybody that, has a pulse, knows people that are on Facebook or on social media, and you are missing business, because 50% of all home buyers last year, and this is a NAR statistic, I learned this in CE, when I was, doing my update, right? And they said 50% of all home buyers last year found or bought the home that they originally found online. So that means they were searching online, and one of the homes that they saw online was one that they ended up buying. And it never used to be the case, right? I mean, Joe, you used to be the knowledge source, right?
Yep.
Your buyers would come to you and they thought you had the list.
Yep.
So they trusted you with the list. Now it's everybody, is looking themselves and they're online and they tell you what to go see, right? So it's all reversed. So if you're not online and you're not engaging with your clientele where they are searching, where they are looking, and you're not staying front of mind, you're actually behind. You're behind the game.
So I see you go live pretty regularly. I've been around you when you just all of a sudden decide, oh, here's the moment to go live. Is there a motivation behind what has you do it, or is it just a frequency thing, or is it a little bit of both? What's the thought behind going live and making that happen?
Well, Facebook really likes what it's built, so they really love going live. When people go live, they push it out to your kind of close followers. So people that engage with your content, that regularly like your posts, they might get a notification that says, hey, Nick's going live. Facebook will push live video up to the top of your feed. You can put your live video in your story. You can post it for later. There's just so many different angles and ways in which you can engage with your audience by going live. And I think that's key, is that you got to build the audience first. You really want to build up your following, and do that by providing good information and everything. And so, when you go live, it's giving people kind of a snapshot to the behind the scenes of what's going on in your life. And so, I think personally, and again, I'm maybe a little bit different because I've always been somebody who's just kind of, just run with a full head of steam and, ask questions later, right? Ask for forgiveness. So I prefer to go live. I actually would rather go live than sit there and try to record and be perfect, because I'm going to make mistakes and I know that, but other people watching are going to also make mistakes too if they went live. So you're relatable, and so when I sit there and try to record the perfect video, I'll beat myself up because I'm a perfectionist. So going live actually allows you that kind of therapeutic, like just do it, right? Rip the Band-Aid off and just get out there. And so if you're doing something noteworthy, go live. We came to Las Vegas with you guys. It was great to go live because I don't know the next time I'll be in Vegas, maybe next year for the convention, right? So
I hope so. So
yeah.
you have like a schedule or plan, or if you go into a week, do you have an objective of how many times you want to do some stuff using your social media to keep your presence?
Yeah, as far as live video, I try to go live once a week. That's my goal. And again, so my life has been very consumed and busy of late, doing a lot of things, different things here and there, things that I'm building for 2020. So, I haven't even been able to go live as much as I want to, but here's my advice to anybody out there. Anytime you are doing something real estate related, maybe in a community, so maybe it's not really real estate related, but you're in the community doing something, you're at an event. Anytime you would stop and think to yourself and say, I'm going to take a picture. Let me commemorate this moment. I challenge you to, instead of taking that picture, go live. Because really that's the mindset it needs to be. If you're at Disney World and you're like, hey guys, let's get a group photo, so we can all remember this moment. Well, why don't you just take a video? If a picture is worth 1,000 words, what's a video worth? That's like millions of pictures in a short span, right? So anytime that you're doing something, you're at a NAR convention, you're at EXP Con, you're at a training, a live event, and you're sitting there thinking, man, I should take a picture. Well, switch that in your mind and say, why take a picture? Why not go live on Facebook and share what I'm doing? There's the who, what, where, and why. Who am I? Hey, this is Nick. Where am I? I am here, recording a video with a great group out in Las Vegas at EXP. Why am I doing it? Because it's 2020, trying to start the new year off right, and it's a really exciting interview. You give your who, what, where, why. But again, the mindset is anytime you're somewhere, you're doing something where you think to yourself, hey, I got to take a picture. You know, it could be a community event. Could be you're volunteering somewhere and you're like, hey, let's get a picture of all the group of volunteers. Like, hey, yeah, let's do the picture, but why don't we do a quick video too? 60-second video. Just get it out there, because that will grow your engagement and your following exponentially.
I love it. And I love the who, what, where, why. It's very simple. And it's a good way to get the ball rolling. And I find in almost any activity, the hardest part is getting started, right? Do the first one or the first thing. And so now you've given 4 points to get the conversation going, which will get people relaxed enough to do something. And so that is, I'm definitely taking that on. That is great advice. I've gone live. I have no problem making mistakes, but it's the remembering to do it. And I like the way you anchored that. If it's a moment to photo and worth commemorating, go live about it and it'll get out there. You know, the thing I think a lot of people are missing out on, that either A, aren't taking fully advantage of social media and all its capabilities, or B, not taking advantage of it all, is the fact that it's a simple marketing tool to remind people that you're alive, to remind people that you're still here, you're still doing business. And you mentioned earlier to look for updates on life events. Do you do anything when you see it's somebody's birthday or their birthday's coming up, or, you know, an anniversary, or is that just an awareness? Do you call them? How do you take advantage of that intel?
That's a great question. So, my view of social media and the digital realm is pretty much this. I think the common perception of a lot of people is that social media is a one-way road, right? A lot of people think if I post something, that's the only time someone will see my name. Now, the way I look at it is the exact opposite, because I do not believe that is the case. It's very much a two-way street. When you post content, that's a great way for people to see your name and your face, right? Like going live. Nothing will beat that. That's great. But the second way that you can also receive a lot of engagement and name recognition is by commenting and liking and engaging on other people's posts. It's a two-way street. You know,
Mm-hmm.
You might think, hey, if I post a picture, someone likes my stuff, they're seeing my post, right? But go and like and comment and share and engage and be a member of the community on everyone else's page. You know, a lot of people tell me, Nick, I see you liking and sharing and commenting stuff all the time. I might have personally not have posted in a couple days, but I know that I've liked and commented on like every single person's, what they're doing, right? I'm always engaging. I always want to be a member, an active member of the online community, so to speak, right? That takes no money, right? It takes a little bit of effort. And actually, it doesn't take much time if you really get good at it. You know, if you just, I think of it like email, like twice a day. You know, like first thing in the morning, I take like 15, 20 minutes. I'll go through everybody's stuff, like, comment, say a couple of nice things, whatever, positive. I always radiate positivity, at least I try to. Even on my bad days, right? And just try to just, add to the conversation. Someone's posting about an event. Oh, this looks awesome. Done. See how easy that was? And now guess what? Everyone that commented on that page, that's a friend of yours, just got notified. Hey, Nick also commented. The person who posted it just got notified on their phone. Nick just commented. Guys, this is the best advertising that you can ever buy. We all sell real estate here. What's the best real estate and advertising? This bad boy right here. Anytime my name can be on your phone is me winning. That's advertising. So if you get a notification, Nick's going live, wow, that's a free piece of advertising. And who's doing the advertising? Facebook's doing it for you, right? If you like someone's post, like I just got 3 notifications last minute. Deanna Wolf commented on my photo. Kathy Burns, who's listening to this call, commented on my photo. She just got advertising space into my, front of my mind for free. All she had to do was comment on my picture, right? So it's a two-way street. And anytime you're online and there's past clients, they're out at a new brewery or something. You're like, hey, check it out. Send me a picture or something like that. Comment on it. Someone's birthday, share it, say happy birthday. Send them a direct message. Any way that you can get front of their mind, that's the name of the game. It just used to, it used to be handwriting. Now you're doing it online digitally.
Well, we talk about how, all the time, how every person that you know seems to know, 10 to maybe 15, 20 other real estate professionals. And what I'm hearing in this conversation is that this is just another way for you to stay top of mind and the most relevant in the industry with the relationships that we already have. Instead of spending all our time and effort chasing people we don't know. Obviously that's part of the business. We've got to bring strangers in, but you give some really good tips and points on how to engage the relationships you already have. So I know Cody has a question, and he was talking about this Power 30 and how to use it. So Cody, let me turn that over to you. What's your question?
Yeah, so Nick, we need your advice on this. We recently created a Synergy Community YouTube channel, and we take these Power 30 calls and we put them on the YouTube channel. But they're like out there and not a lot of people are aware of them. So how would you use those? How would you use those videos that are out there on the YouTube channel in your social media?
Yeah, so here's the deal with YouTube and Facebook. Facebook and Google in general, and YouTube is a Google product, they don't like each other. So anytime you have video, it's more beneficial to you to post the video on Facebook and on YouTube separately. You want to post it natively on Facebook and have it originate there, because otherwise they will not push the content at all, pretty much, from YouTube. And vice versa. And so you want to post both and have them hosted on both pages. So you want to have a public facing Synergy Group page on Facebook and post the videos as a video series there. AJ Maida is a great example of that. He has a couple of coaching series on Facebook, and he has the same thing on YouTube, but they're posted separately. He doesn't just share the link. So I think that's very important. And then the second thing I would do is I would download this Chrome app. So those of you who are not using Google Chrome, please, it's 2020, as your New Year's resolution, download Google Chrome as your browser. Make it your default, because you can do really cool things like download Chrome extensions, which are basically a little bit of code that make your browser better. And so there's a really, really good one called vidIQ. I'll put that into the chat, vidIQ. And there's another one called Keywords Everywhere. Okay, and I would download both of those. And what this does is it shows you where you rank on YouTube in terms of search history. So for example, if someone searches EXP Realty, it will tell you that here are the top 20 videos that come up. And it'll tell you what tags they used to get ranked that high. And you can do the same thing for Google. So, for example, like AJ Maida has blown up with EXP recently through YouTube. Now, how is he doing it? Well, I did a little research. I want to see what he's doing. You go into YouTube and you can search. You can see exactly what tags he's using, see what he's putting in his description. And he shared a lot of this with us. Really, the science, there's really not a lot of science to it. It's just knowing, R&D, rip off and duplicate, right? Knowing what other people are doing really well, and then implementing it yourself. And those are two tools that, again, you can use through Chrome. And basically what it does, so like on YouTube, you might just have suggested things on the right-hand side. It'll add like an extra, like kind of block section, which shows you what tags they used, where they rank, did they pay any ads on this video? So it kind of gives you the inside scoop on what they use. We use those a lot, and that's what I would recommend is copying the best. So.
Dude, that is great. I appreciate that, and I especially like the new acronym for R&D. That'll definitely be going in on my acronym. So let's see. Somebody says, do we use those extensions on our app? Kathy Burns had asked that. So
I'm not sure which app you're referring to, Kathy. If you're talking about like
the Chrome,
like KV Core or Chrome or whatever.
She said on the Chrome app. She just added that to the chat.
Oh yes. So go on your laptop or on your desktop, your browser. You can just go to just type in. Actually, if you just type in like Google Chrome extension store, there's literally million. I mean, you guys will not believe it's literally like millions of extensions that you can add. I probably have 30 or 40 on my browser, but I mean they're all like pretty much free. On the phone app of Chrome. I'm not exactly sure. I don't think I've put a good deal on my phone app. These really I just would use on the desktop, the laptop, for those kinds of searches. But essentially you just go to the store, you can search it. It's pretty easy to download and everything, but they're just really helpful. And by the way, for the R&D side, I do have to give credit. Jeff Willems out in Phoenix, big guy out there. He shared that with Bill and I, and we've just been using it ever since. We're like, you know what? He's so right. Gotta have a great R&D department.
No sense. Well, even ripped off where you got the rip off and duplicate from. I like it.
There you go.
No limit to how you can use that. All right. So we got 5 minutes left. We really jumped in on the social media. And I think, first of all, thank you for the depth of sharing with that, because I know you definitely opened up my eyes. And I feel like I'm a pretty active user in social media, but that much more now aware. So there's a million other tools out there that are available. You got 5 minutes. What else do you want to share with these people that have shown up here this morning to go, all right, I want to learn from this guy, Nick. So what else do you want to teach them?
Video is so key, I think, for listings. I think that's the future. Everyone that is being successful is using it. And video doesn't have to be hard. Doesn't have to be tough. We use a couple companies out there that provide really good walkthrough videos. So if you're not doing a Zillow walkthrough tour, that's been huge for the listings that we've had. So doing those can be really powerful. I think community spotlight videos and interviews are really, really powerful. And for those of you who were at the Brent Gove event in Las Vegas, he had Kyle Whistle up there who was explaining, what they've done for their community spotlights and everything to engage with the community. In Charlotte personally, my better half and I, we've done, I let her do like a lot of the actual social media side of it, but we've started to create a lot of videos as community spotlights. We call it Charlotte Trends. And what that does is it allows you kind of not like an alias, but a second platform in which to reach your audience and engage and add value to the community. And so what I'll say is this, I'll leave everyone with this, is that if you're out there thinking, well, I don't really want to put, stuff on my personal page on Facebook. I don't really want to have to manage a business page. Well, go get in a group, partner with a couple people and figure out people in your area that you want to target. Like Lance Duguay, I think, was on this call, and he's down in South Carolina, and he's, near Waxhaw, actually, rather. And, he does a lot of videos regarding his drones in the area and that side of it. And Lance, you do a great job. Do more videos spotlighting, a local place that just opened up, mom and pop shops and coffee shops, places that people in your community know and love. And that content is gold. And the reason why is because social media in general is getting so flooded with just the same, hey guys, it's Nick, I'm a realtor here, come use me, give me a call. And we get so much of that. It's so mundane and boring and whatever. So be different, add value, share places that are really cool. Like the best, I'll give a shout out to Denise Klein as well. She said the best way to receive a referral is to give one. So it doesn't just have to be for, people, it's for places. And so I love to give referrals. I'm big on, Yelp, on the, Google reviews, Facebook reviews. I'm always giving reviews because, again, it's a two-way street. By me giving a review, they're seeing my name on their phone, and then they're more likely to give me a referral. And that's the name of the game.
Love it. That is a great way to differentiate yourself and still, again, on the branding, on the marketing end. Nick, I really, really appreciate you taking the time out, taking the time to share some of your rip off and duplicate skills and things that I certainly know there'll be a bunch of us ripping off from you today. I look forward to hopefully you coming back out here. I know we had a good time last time. And for everybody else that's on the call, a no, you're going to be like, okay, I got to take this on. So I think, Nick said it best in the beginning. If you think you're going to take a photo of it to commemorate it, go ahead and go live. Challenge yourself to take that on. And the first 4 questions, who, what, where, and why am I on this video? What am I doing? And I like the idea of promoting other businesses. If you go to a particular restaurant, why not go live there with the owner and say, hey, here I am. I'm, having lunch, and have him say a few words. And, now, you're his hero or her hero. So super kudos.
But not just that, but you're also connected really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. For everybody else, thank you for tuning in, and let's get after it. It's 2020.
Thanks,
Get
Nick.
your Google Chrome on.
See you guys.
Kelly.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Frankie Valley. I love to see that name. All right, so takeaways. Like, none of this is worth your time if you're not walking away with something.